I understand this situation can be very depressing, right?
Very.
Especially when you're freshly out of school or you've been out of school for a while, let's say 4, 5, 6, 7. But there's something you should understand about life. Life alone is like a manual.
Okay.
When you're reading and you don't understand, go back and check where you're making mistakes, right?
Okay.
I was once at a point in my life where I was searching for jobs back to back and I wasn't getting them,
Okay.
right? So what did I do was I went back, I looked at my CV,
Okay.
I called friends and I said, what's the most updated CV?
Okay.
Do you know how to write a professional CV? What is the demand in the market? How can I be better in this field? And what I was told was, Jerry, your CV doesn't meet the 8 years, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I have a girl that could write you a professional CV.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
True Talk Podcast.
Hi, True Talkers. Good morning. And how are you guys doing? It's been a long time coming. Welcome to another episode of True Talk, True Talk, True Talk. So here with me, I have a very, very good friend, an old-time friend. Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Jerry Fidelis.
Okay. Hi, Jerry. Welcome
Hi,
to this episode on True Talk. So, in our day-to-day life, I believe we have so many things happening, and a lot of people do not have that encouragement or the will to move on, and that's why we have a lot of suicidal cases in Nigeria or in our day-to-day lives. So, what do you feel, or what do you feel first? Then we'll take it from there.
Um, life itself is I won't use the word traumatic, but life itself is stressful.
True.
Everybody
True.
go through stress
Yes.
in one way or the other every day.
Okay.
So I think your ability to manage things first matters most in life.
Okay.
Case differs.
Yes, you don't.
There are some cases like I'll use the normal pidgin word. If you hear my story, you go better you go pity for me, or you go better make you hold your own story. So
Right.
you can judge by what you're going through, how you manage things in life, thinking that's the way another person would manage situation, but it's all about how people manage
Okay.
situations here.
Probably like navigate things.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So what would be your own advice to people feeling like they are down or they don't have who to call on to or who to hold on to rather? So what's like your advice generally?
When you say they don't have who to call on to hold on to, first of all, I think we need to look at this case from what is happening with you or to you. Who do you need in that space to talk about? I always advise people in terms of making friends. Generally, these are reality unspoken.
Okay.
We have different kinds of friends.
Yes. we do.
As a guy, you have friends whereby you just want to go sit out, drink. You have friends you share problems with.
Right.
You have friends you call when there are issues, and you have one supreme being that you call in everything, which is God.
God. Okay.
So what is happening to you, and who is in that space for you to talk to? That's where we come in.
Okay, so I have someone who sent us a DM asking a question because he said he's tired of life because he went to school and studied for like 4 years. He graduated with a first class. And he's been going to companies and been asking for a job. And he's always getting this quick talk. Don't worry, we'll get back to you. We'll get back to you. So what's like your advice to Mr. A?
So I understand this situation can be very depressing, right?
Very.
Especially when you're freshly out of school or you've been out of school for a while, let's say 4, 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
But when you speak about these things, there's this narrative people use, and I urge them to stop it. Is people always say, person will life favor, but you say others
Others,
lazy.
so
Yeah.
thank you.
So this is what they misquote themselves
Okay.
with. I understand that grace could differ, right? But there's something you should understand about life. Life alone is like a manual.
Okay.
When you're reading and you don't understand, go back and check where you're making mistakes, right?
Okay.
I was once at a point in my life where I was searching for jobs back to back and I wasn't getting them,
Okay.
right? So what did I do was I went back, I looked at my CV,
Okay.
I called friends and I said, what's the most updated CV?
Okay.
Do you know how to write a professional CV? What is the demand in the market? How can I be better in this field? And what I was told was, Jerry, your CV doesn't meet the 8 years, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I have a girl that could write you a professional CV.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I said, I'm going to pay, right? Yeah. You are going to pay definitely. Now, our job.
Nothing is free.
Nothing is free. That's our own. She probably might not be working at that point. But she looked at it that, now that I'm not working, I know how to build good CVs, right? Let me write a CV. So that's her call, and she's doing great at it. Now she wrote me a good CV.
Okay.
Now we checked through my LinkedIn. Let's optimize your LinkedIn. Let's build your LinkedIn to look good, right? Let's build it. You have the qualification, you have everything. People need to hear you, but they can't hear you because you are behind.
Yeah,
so they won't be able to tell what you have here until they meet you in person. So how do you make them meet you in person? Is to come out with either your CV or anything. This is just one phase of life, right? From my own side, I built the CV, I started applying, and I noticed there were responses after then. So that's for me. Okay, if this doesn't work for you, right? Now you can't stay idle for 6 good years.
No, you can't.
So now you pick up a skill, right? And I will let you understand something. The Nigeria as at today is quite different from the Nigeria as at the 90s or the 80s. As at the 90s, 80s, we go to school to study accounting.
Okay.
You go to school to study some kind of courses, right? But I will tell you today, if you study accounting in Nigeria and you are not chartered, the tendency of getting a job as an accountant is low.
Very low.
I'm being serious. So you can't just sit down, oh, I studied accounting. You have to follow up. What is in demand in the market? So these are basic questions. I understand that we might say there are no jobs, right? Yeah, but how much have you pushed? What are you doing right? And what are you doing wrong? I think that's what they need to center on first.
Okay, Mr. A, I hope you're watching this. Mr. Jerry has given you all you need to know about being updated. So if you're not doing the right thing, you need to check. So there's another person that sent me a message. She said that she started a business, like a provision business, yes, that it's been going on for like 2 years and she got duped. She got duped. And she lost eventually all the money she had. Because you know the scenario now, when they were asked you to bring this, and she didn't have enough. She had to even borrow just because she wanted to meet their demand. And now nobody's coming to her aid. What do you think is the next is the way forward?
She's well, you just have to move on. So I'm not here to judge her, but I'll touch base on when people are being duped, right? 1 or 2 Nigerians has been a victim.
Yes.
I probably would have been a victim at my younger age.
People go through that a lot.
Now, let me tell you, I wouldn't want to just exclusively say that it's greed. I understand people want to earn a living. People want to venture into things. People want to turn around money, right?
Yes.
But there's this thing I always say to people, especially when you find this Ponzi. A Ponzi scheme would come out and tell you, I'll give you 40% on your investment in 1 month.
Okay.
Meanwhile, a commercial bank would never.
True, they will never.
A commercial
They
bank will
would.
never, even as at today, some commercial banks will never even give you up to 15-16% per annum.
Which is crazy.
Right? And now, when you're checking out some of these business you want to invest in, what are the certifications they have?
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
So this is for people that want to go into some investment. What are the certifications? Sometimes I tell people, I know a lot of people say life na risk. Yeah, life
True.
na risk.
True.
I understand. But
Yeah.
the risks can favor one person
Mm-hmm.
and the risk can take the head of another person.
Another person.
So if you know you have that grace that it will always favor you,
Yeah.
let's say the Ponzi scheme, you find out there are people that are very calculative with Ponzi's. The first stage, they strike and
Yeah.
take off their hands.
Mm-hmm.
And you find out the backseaters, the bad guys, come
Coming
late.
in.
And the day you come in, that's when they shut down.
They shut down and it's crazy.
I've had someone that he came to me, I've forgotten this Ponzi and was like, Jerry CC, I had to look up on them and bro, this thing is Ponzi. And he said, it's been there for like a year. I said, chill.
Okay.
Ponzi's can be there for a year or
Even
two
more.
just to create the awareness,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And he started the first one, I think, with 50K.
Mhm.
They gave him money.
Okay.
Guess what? He called family, friends.
Ah. that was gone.
So it looks like business, and he just
and asked everybody
it
to.
was like they were waiting for him.
For him.
Immediately, he dropped the funds. They shut down.
Shit.
So this led to depression. This leads to
The same- yes.
this lady.
Yes,
Now at
yes.
this point, my advice is you can't kill yourself.
No, honestly, you can't.
That is a lesson life has taught you that
Yes.
you have to be smart enough because the way you are thinking to make more money, some
Others
other person is
are
also
doing
there
something.
thinking how to rip you of more money.
Okay, Ma, I hope you're listening to us right now. You don't have to give up. Once there's a will,
Mhm.
or once there's a way, rather, there's always a will. Tomorrow is always better. Thank you so much, Jerry, on your insights. We have to go right now.
Yeah.
Hi, True Talkers. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you shortly. Please continue to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok on True Talk. Thank you so much, guys. We love you. Bye.
True Talk Podcast.